another fighter coming out of Inferno MMA today. We've got Ross Parker. Once again with the Wallace family in his corner.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Ross Parker is an undefeated 1-0 MMA fighter representing Inferno MMA. Last time we saw him here was actually at Combat Quest 12. He went up against Christos Papadelos, earning that first victory.
Circling the cage off. Now, in traditional Muay Thai, it's very common for you to seal the ring, right? Coming from a gym with great Muay Thai instructors, I'm sure he feels comfortable coming into this cage, circling off that cage.
Absolutely. Here, his opponent, Blake Menard. Blake is also an undefeated fighter. Blake is 2-0 currently, representing Vickery MMA. He also is a member of Syndicate Boxing Gym. Last time we saw Blake in action was actually Combat Quest 18. He defeated Tucker Eastwood by referee stoppage, I believe, in the second round. So both of these fighters here trying to keep their undefeated streaks alive.
Boys are ready to go. You know, something I look for when I'm looking at two fighters that are about to fight,
Ladies and gentlemen, it's
I look to see if one of them is sweating, and the reason why, you really want to blow out your lungs before you come out into that cage, before you have that first adrenaline dump. Sometimes fighters really don't prepare enough in the locker room, getting their heart rate up enough before they come out here. So as I'm sitting here and I'm looking across at Menard, you definitely can tell he had a hard moment before this. That might mean that he opens up strong in that first round.
And his opponent fighting out of the Team Reaper red corner for Vickery, BJJ, and Syndicate, with a win-loss record of 2-0, Blake Menard!
So Blake Menard, as mentioned, is a member of Vickery, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and Syndicate Boxing. So somebody who's a well-rounded fighter, who's going to have those boxing essentials, who's going to have those jiu-jitsu essentials. This should make for an interesting matchup. Ross Parker with very long, educated legs. Nice job catching the leg with big right hand, but Menard coming back with a beautiful takedown of his own. I mean, wow.
That shows how powerful he is. When he shot that double leg, his head was on the wrong side, but he was still able to get the lift, so definitely a powerful fighter.
Absolutely.
Let's see what we get from on bottom here. Looking for a sweep, maybe a Kimura trap. Walking Menard over to the cage. And again, you know, keeping that head trapped against the cage wall. And from here, you got to be able to posture. You got to be able to posture and either pass like he's doing right now, or let gravity help you out and land some bombs. Here he is going for this Kimura trap. He is in half guard, so it's definitely possible to pull off, but with the cage to his back without being able to open his hips, not likely. Parker using some knees to the body to soften him up, but that does nothing to the grip. Good shoulder pressure. Trying to trap that arm. And to the back. We got one hook in. He is riding a little high. Let's see if he's able to settle those hips and get that second hook in. There comes
That
a second
might be
hook.
in there.
Let's see if he can utilize it for a breakdown. Parker's doing the right thing, trying to shake him. When your opponent's high and when you tripod like that, shake him off the front. Good escape, both back to their feet. Now let's see who utilizes the cage better. The cage is your best friend or your worst enemy?
In this case right now, Parker's worst enemy right now. Menard
Working the body,
teeing
head,
off.
teeing off,
Big
powerful shots.
Parker trying to fight back, but Menard catching with a nice right, jumping
Back
for
to
the
the
back.
hook in. Parker looking for his own takedown. He's reversed the position. He's in on a single. Let's see if he switches and corrects to a double leg. It looks like he might.
Looking at 30 seconds inside of the first round. Nice shots there from Menard.
Nice knee. He
And
felt
that. One hurt. Oh,
looks like it might have been low.
Menard's going to have 5 minutes to gather himself.
It's always an interesting question coming out of a nut shot, right? How's the guy going to take it? Is he going to come back looking for some vengeance? Is he going to take his time? Looks like it's a short break for him. Let's see if he goes to get this back.
Yeah, absolutely. Most guys try to take most of the time, but Menard right back into it.
You know, he might have felt like he had good momentum going on in that fight. Another double leg.
Beautiful takedown there from Menard.
Parker threatening a guillotine.
Not sure. Might be able to hold on. Oh, and there's the end of the round.
So when a fighter is in deep on a guillotine, you'll see them turn to their back. It helps them get out of it. The sketchy thing about that is when you give up your back position, you risk mounted. And obviously being mounted in MMA is never good, but sometimes you're going to have to sacrifice bad position in order to get out of a bad submission.
You see the replay of the initial takedown from Menard at the beginning of this round.
Super explosive.
Right. And I mean, both of these fighters, as we mentioned before, undefeated. They both seem to be in fantastic shape. And I guess maybe just the no stool in the corner, maybe just one of Inferno's practices.
Yeah,
we haven't
it
seen
could
any
be.
of their fighters yet.
They're pretty consistent with it. So.
As both fighters receive their instructions from their coaches, I'm looking forward to see what round two is going to bring, because so far it seems relatively even. We have seen Menard score 2 takedowns in that first round, so that's going to give him some leeway with the judges. However, we're going to have to see if Parker can come back in the second round now that they're both a little bit more in familiar territory.
Yeah, I think if I'm a judge in that first round, I'd most likely give that round over to Menard. You know, 2 very explosive takedowns, good work against the cage, big shots, good pressure. But a new round is a new round. We'll see how Parker comes out.
Absolutely.
They both seem to be in pretty good shape, as you mentioned. I don't think either of them are breathing too hard right now. Good composure from both fighters. I'm sure they're both getting good coaching right now.
Absolutely. Here we go. Ross Parker with the blue, Blake Menard with the black and red. Beautiful kick there from Parker. Nice shot. I thought he went down, but it was actually a knockoff for a takedown.
Big takedown. Right into a guillotine, though. He's going to have to reach over that left shoulder.
And let's see if Parker can really cinch this here. Looks like it's in deep. It's in deep. His mouthpiece
He's starting to
came
give
out.
up his back. He's starting to give up his back, so you can tell the guillotine is definitely threatening him. And it looks like he's
able to
separated
pry.
that arm.
Wow.
Now the mouthpiece is out. Let's see if the ref can get that back to him. And he stopped movement to replace that mouth guard, and the action is back on. Let's see what happens. Stuck in guard here. It looks like Parker is working a Kimura attempt. Shots from top.
And a about a minute has
Working the
elapsed here in the
ribs.
second round. Big shots coming in from Menard.
Shots of his own from bottom. Now, what he's doing right now, he's keeping him locked chest to chest. What that means is he can't posture to drop those big bombs
Right.
and utilize the shots. But ultimately, you can't hang out there. You know, you got to kind of be under the assumption I'm down this round. I might be down the last round, most likely. I got to get up. I got to move.
Right, absolutely. And, you know, we talked about the amount of takedowns, I believe. We're looking at 3 takedowns to none right now with Menard.
3 very big takedowns.
Absolutely, very explosive.
And that's what judges are looking for too, you know. Hard leg kick. Yeah, you can tell he definitely wants to wrestle with him. But he's got one arm in, one arm out. You got to be careful. When it's jiu-jitsu, it's got to be 2 arms in or 2 arms out, or you risk the triangle choke position. Let's see if Parker's able to do anything with this. Menard's in a tricky position. It just truthfully depends on how good the jiu-jitsu of Parker is from here. But he's got the diamond locked.
Parker's coach is urging him to continue striking from this position because it seems like Menard doesn't have much of a place to go right now.
He can't. What he was doing earlier, keeping that left arm tucked away, that's to prevent the submission from taking place. With that out, though, I'm surprised that we're not seeing Parker look to finish this triangle.
Absolutely.
Needs to get that elbow across the
10
center line of his body. Short time. It looks like we're going to go into the next round.
Big shots coming in from Parker until the very end there. I mean, wow, what a second round. Got to see how this third and final round is going to play out. You're going to see the big takedown that we saw from Menard. Explosive power forcing him into the corner. And now you can really see the wear of the fight on both these fighters. Both of them breathing heavy.
Once again,
coming
ladies
into
and
this
gentlemen,
third
if
round.
you are missing your card key, guess what? You cannot leave without it. We have that in the media area in the back corner of the room.
Great fights tonight.
Absolutely. As always, Vigilant MMA has delivered on the matchmaking.
And we've got a
100%.
full house in here as far as the audience is considered.
It looks fantastic. Here we go.
And that's a 10-second warning. We're about to go into round 3. Who wants it more?
And here we go, third and final round between these two. Big body kick.
Ooh, switching it up, going high to the head. Neither of these guys looking too fatigued right now. I guess they were very well prepped conditioning-wise going into this camp.
And Menard going for a takedown.
Back on that guillotine
That's a
attempt.
deep
That's
guillotine.
deep. That is
That
deep.
is a deep guillotine.
And he gave up his back with the reversal.
Wow.
Mouth guard is out. Mouth guard is out. So, and into the mounted position, working the body. We have ourselves a fight here, gentlemen.
Nice job by Parker to turn over, but Menard just mounting the back again with ease.
Both hooks in.
And this is where...
Let's see if he goes for the guillotine again. Yep, he seems to like it. This is deep.
That's in there.
This is deep.
That is in there. Ross can finish it here. Unfortunately, Menard just too much.
Looking for that double counter. Pulling the back out. He's got to pull his butt off the cage here. Drag his head down.
Closing in on 1 minute left in round 3. Menard doing his best to stack up here, but
Menard on top, right in his own corner section, so I'm sure he's getting good advice from his coach right now. And again, that's a good thing to be able to do. If you're able to stay in your mind cognitively enough to take them down in your own corner,
absolutely,
you've got the assistance of your team. And a third eye is a good eye.
And we're looking at just under 30 seconds, nearing the 20-second mark actually here in the third and final round.
Yeah, if you're Parker, you got to be doing more to get up right now.
Absolutely.
You know, you got to be shooting for submissions. You got to be getting up. There's a 10-second clock. It looks like we're going to go ahead and go to the judges' scorecards.
A great showing from both fighters. Another one going to decision, and we'll have to see where the judges' scorecards lie. But just based off of the way things seem, I mean, with the amount of takedowns, it's hard not to think Menard had some sort of lead in the judges' cards. And I mean, look at the replay of this guillotine, and I mean, that was in there deep. You could see the panic a little bit on Blake Menard, but Parker unfortunately flipped over, and Menard was able to reverse out of it, which was a smooth transition by him.
Yeah, as I mentioned,
the fight.
When you're in deep in a guillotine and you don't have any other way to fight the hands and clear the elbow line, you have to give up your back. When you give up your back like that, it makes it harder for him to have to step over. In that process, you're able to look for your reversal. And he was able to find it. But again, relentless with those guillotine attempts. Several of them were deep.
Absolutely. I mean, props to Menard for weathering that storm of guillotines that came his way. I'm surprised that he didn't go out and especially in that attempt that we saw in the replay, it was so tight.
Yeah, he definitely showed some heart in that position. He was in a bad spot, was able to clear his legs, get up, reverse the position, end up on top. You know, again, if I'm the judges on this one, I think I'm going with Menard for the simple. The forward pressure, ring control, big takedowns. People love to see that.
The winner by unanimous decision,